Hello students, in this video we continue with rules of inferences and then we will discuss rules of conditional proof, indirect method proof and consistency of premises. Okay. See the problem. Show that R and PRQ is a valid conclusion from the premises PRQ, Q implies R, P implies M and negation. R and PRQ is a valid conclusion from these premises. That means here R and PRQ is the conclusion. You have to derive from these premises. Okay. See the solution. Step reason. First step. P implies M. This is in given premises, the rule P. If you introduce a premise, that is rule P. Second step. Negation M. This is also in the given premises, that's the rule P. Next step. See the first and second steps. P implies M, negation M. From this we get negation P. Since rule T using 1 and 2 and by modus tollens. Modus tollens. What is modus tollens rule? P implies Q, negation Q, imply negation P. Okay. P implies M, negation M, implies negation P. This is modus tollens rule. Okay. Next step, P or Q. Since this is in given premises, rule P. Okay. Next step, negation P implies Q. Since you know that P implies Q is equivalent to negation P or Q. Okay. Rule T using 4 and P implies Q is equivalent to negation P or Q. That's why here negation P implies Q is equivalent to negation of negation P or Q. Negation of negation P means P or Q. That's why P or Q is equivalent to this. Okay. See the next step. See the third step, negation P. Fifth step is negation P implies Q. From this you get Q. Okay. Rule T using 3, 5 and modus ponens. So what is modus ponens? P implies Q, imply Q. Okay. Next step, Q implies R. This is in given premises. That's why this is rule P. Now see 6th and 7th. Q implies R. Implies R. Rule T. Using 6 and 7. And by modus ponens. Okay. See the next step. 8th step is R and the 4th step is P or Q. You know that P, Q imply P and Q, conjunction rule. Okay. That's why 8th step R, 4th step P or Q. From that we get R and P or Q. R and P or Q. This is rule T using 4 and 8, and conjunction means P, Q, imply P and Q. Okay, R and P or Q is required conclusion. Okay. Next, rules of conditional proof. Rules of conditional proof. That is rule CP. Rule CP. Rule CP means if we derive S from R on a set of premises. If we derive S from R on a set of premises, then we can derive R implies S from a set of premises alone. Okay, this is rule CP. Okay, so this, if we derive S from R on a set of premises, then we can derive R implies yes. You can derive R implies yes from a set of premises alone. Understand? Generally, rule CP is used in the case when the conclusion is of the form R implies yes, and the conclusion is of the form R implies yes. In such cases, we take R as an additional premise and derive S from the given set of premises on R. Okay. Next problem. Show that R implies yes can be derived from the premises P implies Q implies yes, negation R or P and Q. Okay, our conclusion is R implies yes. Since the conclusion is in the form R implies yes, we use rule CP. Okay, see the solution. Step reason. Step 1, R. Since the conclusion is R implies yes, we use rule CP. For that, take R as an additional premise. Okay, R, rule P, additional premise. Okay, additional premise. Next, negation R or P. This is in given premises. Rule P. So this third step. Negation R or P. This is equivalent to R implies P. Rule T. Using 2 and P implies Q is equivalent to negation P or Q. That's why negation R or P is equivalent to R implies P. Okay. See the next step. See the first and third steps. R implies P. From this we get P by modest points. Okay. Rule T. Using 1 and 3 and by modest points, that is P implies Q, imply Q. This is modest points. Okay. Next, see the fifth step. P implies Q implies S. This is in given premises. Okay. That's why this is rule P. The reason is rule P. See the fourth and fifth steps. P implies Q implies S. Again by modest points, we get Q implies yes. Q implies yes. Rule T. Using 4 and 5 by modest points. This is modest points. P implies Q imply Q. Next step. Q. This is in given premises. Rule P. Okay. See the sixth and seventh steps. Q implies S. Q. Again by modest ponens. We get yes. Q implies yes and Q imply yes. Okay. Rule T. Using 6 and 7. 6 and 7 and by modest ponens. This is modest ponens rule. P implies Q imply Q. Okay. Now see the next step. Yes. That means we derived yes from R on the given set of premises. Okay. By rule CP, R implies yes can be derived directly. Okay. Hence R implies yes. See the first step is R and using given set of premises we derive yes. By rule CP, R implies yes can be derived from the given set of premises. Okay. Rule CP using 1 and 8. Okay. And hence R implies yes can be derived by using rule CP. Okay. Next, indirect method proof. Indirect method proof. In this method, to show that a conclusion C follows logically from the premises P1, P2 and so on, Pn. To show that C follows logically from P1, P2 and so on, Pn. We assume that C is false. We assume that C is false and take negation C is an additional premise. Okay, then we get a contradiction. We get a contradiction. And hence our assumption is wrong. That means negation C is true, doesn't hold. Doesn't hold. And hence C follows logically from P1, P2 and so on Pn. Understand indirect method proof? Next problem. Use indirect method to show that P implies Q, Q implies R, P or R imply R. Okay. You have to use indirect method to prove this. Okay. Here R is the conclusion from the premises P implies Q, Q implies R, P or R. Okay. See the solution. We are using indirect method here. Okay. For this, we assume that the conclusion is false. Okay. And take negation R as an additional premise. Okay. Assume that negation R is an additional premise. Is an additional premise. Then we get a contradiction. Okay. Step reason. See the first step. Assume that negation R is an additional premise. That means negation R. Rule P. Assumed premise. Assumed premise. Okay. Next. Q implies R. This is in given premises. Q implies R. Rule P. Okay. Next. From this we get negation Q. From first and second steps, negation R, Q implies R. Imply negation Q. This is by modest tolerance. Rule T using 1 and 2 and by modest tolerance. So what is modest tolerance rule? That is negation Q, P implies Q, imply negation P. See this. Q implies R, negation R, imply negation Q. This is modest tolerance rule. Okay. Next step. P implies Q. This is in given premises. That's why rule P. And see the third step. Negation Q. Fourth step is P implies Q. From this we get negation P. Again by modest tolerance. Okay. Rule T. Using 3 and 4 and by modest tolerance. Modest tolerance means negation Q, P implies Q, imply negation P. See this, negation Q, P implies Q, imply negation P. Okay. Next step. P or R. This is in given premises. Okay, that's why rule P. See the next step. P or R. From this we write negation P implies R. Rule T using 6 and this is the reason. P implies Q is equivalent to negation P or Q. That's why P or R is equivalent to negation P imply R. Okay. See the next step. Fifth step is negation P. Seventh one. Negation P implies R. From this we get R. Since rule T using 5 and 7 and by modest points. Modest points. Modest points means that is P implies Q, imply Q. Okay. See this. Fifth one, negation P. Seventh one is negation P implies R. From this you get R by modest points. See the next step. Here A step is R and the first step negation R. Okay. From this you get R and negation R. Okay. Rule T using 1 and 8. Using 1 and 8. The reason is PQ imply P and Q. That is conjunction. Conjunction rule. Okay. In the first step, negation R. In the eighth step, R. Imply R and negation R. But what is R and negation R? But R and negation R is equivalent to F. Okay, that means contradiction. F means contradiction. So you get a contradiction. Hence our assumption is wrong. Hence our assumption is wrong. Our assumption is wrong. And hence R follows logically. R follows logically from the given premises. Understand? Next, consistency of premises. Consistency of premises. A set of formulas P1, P2 and so on Pn is said to be consistent. A set of formulas P1, P2 and so on Pn is said to be consistent if their conjunction Conjunction means P1 and P2 and so on and Pn has truth value T, has truth value T. For some assignment of truth values of the atomic variables appearing in P1, P2 and so on Pn. Okay. For some assignment of truth values to the atomic variables appearing in P1, P2 and so on Pn. Okay. If the conjunction has truth value T for some assignment of truth values to the atomic variables appearing in P1, P2 and so on Pn. If at least one of the formulas is false, if at least one of P1, P2 and so on Pn is false, then their conjunction is identically false. Okay? Then their conjunction, that is P1 and P2 and so on and Pn, is false. And hence P1, P2 and so on Pn are inconsistent. Okay? And in this case, P1, P2 and so on Pn are inconsistent. Okay? If at least one of the formulas P1, P2 and so on Pn is false, then they are said to be inconsistent. Okay? To show that given set of formulas are inconsistent if the conjunction imply a contradiction. Okay? Next problem. Show that the premises A implies B implies C, B implies B and negation C, A and D are inconsistent. Okay? These premises are inconsistent means they imply a contradiction. Okay? See the solution. Step, reason. Step 1, A and D. This is in given premises, rule P. Second step, A. This is rule T from 1 and P and Q imply P. Okay, this is the reason. That's why A and D imply A. Next, D. Again, rule T 1 and P and Q imply Q also. Okay. Next, fourth step. A implies B implies C. This is rule P. This is in given premises. A implies B implies C. Okay. Next, see the next step. See the second and fourth steps. A implies B implies C. We get B implies C. Rule T. Using 2 and 4 by mod exponents. That is P implies Q imply Q. A implies B implies C imply B implies C. That is mod exponents. The next step. B implies C can be written as negation B or C. Rule T using 5 and you know that P implies Q is equivalent to negation P or Q. Okay, that's why B implies C is equivalent to negation B or C. Okay, see the next step. D implies B and negation C. This is in given premises. That's why this is rule P. Okay. Next, take the contrapositive of this. This becomes negation of B and negation C implies negation D. Okay. This is rule T using 7. And what is the reason here? P P implies Q is equivalent to its counterpositive. That is, negation Q implies negation P. That means this is equivalent to negation of B and negation C imply negation D. See the next step. Take the negation of this. By De Morgan law, negation B or negation of negation C is C implies negation D. Okay. Rule T by De Morgan law. By De Morgan law. Okay. Using 8. Rule T using 8 by De Morgan law. See the next step. See the 6th and 9th one. Negation B or C. This is negation B or C implies negation D. From this we get negation D. Since rule T using 6 and 9 and by mod exponents, that is P implies Q imply Q. 6th and 9th. Negation B or C implies negation D. You get negation D by mod exponents rule. Okay. See the next step. Negation D is in 10th step and we have D in 3rd step. Okay. That's why you get negation D and D or D and negation D. This is rule T using 3 and 8. Okay. And the reason is PQ imply P and Q. There is conjunction. Okay. That means negation D and D is equivalent to F. Okay. That means we get a contradiction. Okay. Hence, the given premises are inconsistent. Given premises are inconsistent. Okay students, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.